this game ends up going the distance here, simply because... Alright, ladies and gentlemen, game 3 of a potential 9 here, but at the moment, things are looking just a little bit dire for our blue Terran hero. He plays for TeamLiquid.net, and he's having a little bit of a struggling time against our Protoss at the moment. He's our incumbent king of the hill, ladies and gentlemen, it's Bunny. His opponent spawning in the bottom left-hand position as the red Protoss player. He plays for Team Millennium. And so far, he's done incredibly well, winning 2 games on the trot to go 2-0 up in this series. Will he be able to extend his advantage and make life incredibly difficult for Bunny? It's Lilbow. Well... I'm going to be honest, I was kind of expecting at this point for the score to be 1-1. Potentially even, according to some people on Twitter who messaged me before the start of the series. Basically 5-1 to 5-2 predictions for Bunny all around. And Lilbow has just been showing us some very, very impressive gameplay. He is fully deserving of the position he is in right now. And Bunny's going to be starting to feel the mental pressure a little bit. Of course, this is best of 9, so it is the first player to 5 wins. So he's got a little bit of breathing space, but Lilbow's made an absolutely storming start to this series. And I'm not really sure how Bunny is going to respond. He's once again gone for the gas first approach. Sorry, a gas approach, but not a gas first, crucially. He's not going to have 100 gas by the time the barracks finishes. So he's gone back to the build that he used in game number 1. And we have a SCV scout just to check and see if our opponents are in horizontal spawn positions as well. Now, in the meantime, Lilbow here. He's gone for the gateway, then the cybernetic score. Things looking pretty standard here. And, well, the SCV gets spotted instantly, so I'm pretty sure that's going to give him an excellent clue that Bunny is, in fact, over here in this bottom right-hand position. Looks like I've accidentally selected a Scantipede. I mean, that's totally fine as well, but we could just go back to Shea Terran for a little bit and see how things are progressing there. Reactor down on the barracks after, I believe, the single Reaper it is indeed, and the scout's actually going to go off and kill that probe. That's pretty important, but realistically, guys, even though the probe saw absolutely nothing, seeing the fact that that was the timing where we had a Reaper come down the ramp is probably enough scouting information for Lilbow for now. He's going to want to send a follow-up. It obviously isn't ideal, but spotting the Reaper in the time it comes out, and knowing that that was the sort of build that we had in game number 1 is going to be incredibly useful for our Protoss. And the Mothership Core knows that she is on defensive duty. So we'll try and stop this Reaper from doing too much damage. We have a Stalker joining in the action as well. And this Reaper is, in fact, going to have to get the heck out. Otherwise, it risks being boxed in by these 2 units and no kills whatsoever for Bunny this early on in the game. There goes the Nexus. So ever so slightly later than the command center on the low ground here, which is nearing completion from Liquid's Bunny. The bunker's also going to be popping down now as the factory finishes up. Still only at the 5-minute mark. Really early days in this matchup. And no potential indication yet. Never mind, there is the indication for what the tech path is going. Lilbow might be reverting to what we saw in game number 1. The Phoenix Colossus worked really, really well for him, and I wonder if he's going to be doing something similar here. But if he does, of course, he'll be going for the Colossi first. He started with the Stargate in game number 1. So there's going to be a little bit of a difference, but there are a lot of paths for drop potential down here in this bottom corridor. And that kind of thing wouldn't be unheard of, because stopping the drop play coming out here from Bunny can be a very, very effective weapon against Terrans, because what you're basically saying is, look, you're either going to kill me straight up in an all-out engagement between your army and my Deathball army, which, you know, Terrans can do sometimes, but it's really difficult. Or you get into a position where you say, okay, you're going to have to constantly drop me and beat me early game, but you're going to have to get through these Phoenixes. It's just such a frustrating position to play in as a Terran player. For now, though, it looks like we're going to be going into Immortals. Very interesting indeed. So maybe he's predicting some sort of armor-heavy kind of setup here. Are we potentially going to be seeing some interesting drops come in as well? This Reaper is here now for a possible suicide scout. Ooh, is he going to get away? The Stalker, he's one hit from killing him, and no, the Reaper, wow. He saw that cliff and then saw this green lava-type acid thing. That cannot have been a healthy way to go at all. I can only imagine there was a lot of screaming. We can hope he was knocked out when that happened, but that Stalker absolutely got the shot on the money there. Triple barracks now coming down for our Terran player. Still more units inside the mineral line. Very, very standard in TVP, even though he has seen the robotics bay now. Sorry, robotics facility even. He knows that there's always all sorts of possibilities for drops and potential for warp prism harassment and stuff like that, so he's just making doubly sure that that doesn't happen here, especially because he's 2 games down and doesn't want stuff like that to happen. The medevac comes in, thinks about dropping, sees the units and moves back. Great reaction times there from Bunny. Also, fantastic observer placement from Lilbow as well. So now this attack's going to have to get reset. Single probe's going to put a pylon down in the middle of the map, and Bunny will see this as well. And we have the first move out from Lilbow, and this time we've got a couple of Immortals in with the mix. Very interesting. Let's see how much damage it can get done. Another pylon going down very aggressively here as well. A Widow Mine, a solitary Widow Mine going down. Oh, we might be able to kill off the probe. We have a drop coming inside the main base. Photon Overcharge is going to stop him. The probe gets killed off by the looks of things from this Widow Mine. There you go, 1 kill as well. And now potentially, ooh, very nice, instantaneous killing off with the Immortal there. So we potentially have a very, very big attack, but wow, we've got a very, very big defense as well. Bunker number 4 actually coming up here. And this potential Immortal bust is going to work great against the armor units that are bunkers, but not when there are more bunkers than there are Immortals, and a siege tank's coming out as well. I think that actually might just mean Bonnie will comfortably hold this. I'm not certain Lilbow can break through, and he's looking at this now and he's going, actually, I'm not 100% certain myself. He's got perfect vision, of course, with that observer. But, oh wow, he's going to go for it anyway, too. Guardian shields go up. The SCVs start repairing the bunker. The Zealots are trying to get their noses in. One bunker goes down on the left-hand side. The central one continuing to hold up quite well. Is this going to be enough? Oh, wow, a lot of units pouring in right now for Lilbow. He might be able to do it anyway. The SCV's repairing the middle bunker. It is actually going back up in health for now. And so much damage being done. The Immortals are dead now, though. And the middle bunker is still surviving just about. It's not able to break through. And Lilbow, unfortunately, is going to have this attack completely and utterly repelled. Now, both sides still have 2 bases. But Bunny has got 37 workers to 36, and no, he's not actually going to try even more. GG coming out from Lilbow. Bunny pulls the game back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be going into game number 4 with a 2-1 scoreline. So Bunny still ahead as far as that game is concerned, but needs one more game to tie up the series before he can think about moving ahead there.